It's been a long time since we've had any more information about Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Tailwords have been a little bit secretive, and yes, I understand people have been starting to get a little bit on edge and a bit annoyed that we haven't had much information, but we know there's definitely going to be more things at E3. But at the moment, the Battle of Bucharest is going on. This is the world's first Mount & Blade esports event. And while it was going on, Tailwords released some more Bannerlord screenshots for us to look at, and in this video I'm going to be going over them and I'm going to be analysing what we can see. Now, I have to just point out quickly at the start of this video, there isn't a ton of them. There is only 6 different screenshots that we have been told so far, or at least the ones I could find, but I think they're quite interesting ones, and of course most of you guys want me to give you as much Bannerlord information as possible, so I'm going to keep you updated on that. Now, the first screenshot is going into more of a scenic way. They decided they wanted to put the same screenshot out, but in different times of the year. So the first one, we have one that I think we might have seen before. I don't know if it's the exact same one, but of course this is the summer screenshot. We have the poppies and the cottage here. The next one, I think, is spring. I'm not completely sure between the spring and the summer. Maybe the first one was spring. It's pretty much similar. There seems to be a lot more greenery there on this one. So it looks like the trees have fully grown, and this is really showing the dynamic growth of Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. The way that they're going to be trying to get through all the times of the year and covering you doing battles in many different environments and terrain settings. The next one of this is in autumn, or fall, as you Americans might call it. This is when the leaves start to fall off the trees, and we can see here the lovely crisp autumn leaves on the trees there. The final scenic one is, of course, the winter one. Now, this is probably my favourite so far, since it's just such a big difference to the other ones. It looks like we're going to be fighting in the snow, which I'm very excited about. Here we have the snow on the roof. It's falling off the roof onto the ground as well. We've got snow covering the trees. Now, is this going to have a different effect in battles, or are these seasons just going to be very much aesthetics? It'll be really nice to see if they can make it different in battles with the way it works. Maybe it's a little bit harder to fight in snow than it is in the summer, but I don't know if that's going to be a thing. That's just speculation. Something we don't see from these screenshots is what's going to happen with lakes and stuff. Will rivers or lakes be frozen up in the winter? Will they be dry up if it's a very hot summer, or if you're in the deserty areas? It's going to be very exciting to see if they decide to go that deep and detailed into the dynamic world of Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Now, the last two are probably my favourite ones, since, of course, they thrust you into the action. Here we have a horse archer being attacked by a lancer. This is on a very green map. It looks to be a spring or summer type season here. Of course, we've got the plain field. This seems to be in the steppe lands. Of course, we have the horse archers that we know and love, and the lancer behind them that looks like they could be part of the Karadik Empire faction, but it does definitely look like this is a main cavalry fight. In the background, you have many horses. This is going to be a really cool thing to see if we have these open plains and massive cavalry battles. Now, the final screenshot we have is another horse archer one, and this is putting cavalry battles into its fine beauty. I am very happy that they included this screenshot. We have seen something similar in the past screenshots. I did a video on that quite a while ago, but this is really showing that map in its full glory. We have sort of a canyon here in the desert map. We've got sort of Saranid type troops fighting against these other horse archer and cavalry type troops here, but you can just see the scale that they are trying to include in this game. Someone did actually count the last screenshot video I did. Someone counted it, and there was about 700-ish men on the battlefield, which is absolutely insane. If someone wants to do the same for this one, you know, go ahead. This really does show just the sheer amount of players that you'll be able to get on the battlefield. This is probably a single player, but it looks like that we're going to have these massive all-out scale battles in all these different types of terrain. May it be in the canyon, the desert canyons, or the grassy flatlands, or the nomad steppe lands, or even going into the snowy areas. Will be very nice to see. So not always fighting in the same place. I do find a lot of games do tend to fight in very similar places. If we've got this variety of maps, hopefully it's going to keep players interested and very excited about where their next battle is going to take place. And of course, it looks like that you're going to be able to use tactics a lot more in this. Maybe this is more of an ambush map with a canyon, and you're going to have people charging down from the top of the canyon. That's going to be very interesting to see. But thank you guys for watching. I know this is a very short video. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like on it. I will definitely be bringing you as much Bannerlord information as soon as it comes out. If you want to see all the Bannerlord information, even just the little bits like this, remember to hit that subscribe button down below. But until then, I will see you in the next one.